Flack math! Give me some math and I'll give you some flack. Flack math!
Okay, so this is example 2, and we are going to end up with variables on both sides. So this will, well, we're learning 95 and 96 in just this one example. So that's nice. So 95 was dealing with equations that had variables on both sides. Well, now we've got variables on both sides, but we still have to clean up both sides first before we start dealing with getting rid of stuff. Okay, so do you see how this left side needs some cleanup? We can combine like terms. And over on the right side, we have some cleanup. We can combine like terms. Okay, so look, we can combine these x's together. Can you guys do that in your head?
Negative 2x.
Nice job. All right, negative 2x, and then we just have a minus 3. So far, so good? Okay, look, we've got some terms, like terms over here. So 5x and a negative 2x, that's just a 3x. And then that 12 doesn't combine with anything. So here's our equation. Now we're back to less than 95. We've got variables on both sides. Which one do you want to get rid of? The negative 2x or the 3x?
Negative 2x.
Okay, so how do you get rid of a negative 2x?
You just add.
Right, so remember, you're either adding or subtracting terms to get rid of terms. So that cancels, and we're left with negative 3 equals 5x plus 12. All right, now this is familiar ground. We have to get this x by itself. There's no more multiple x's, so we don't have to worry about which one to get by itself, because now we just have one x to get by itself. So get rid of the 12 by subtracting, right? So we get 5x equals negative 3 minus 12 is negative 15. Last step, divide by variable's coefficient, which is the 5. So x equals a negative divided by a positive is negative. 15 divided by 5 is 3. So x equals negative 3. I think that's right. Looks right. Oop. The book said, oh, yeah, we're right. All right, let's try one more. See if you guys can do this on your own, and then we'll compare your answers, see if you're right, okay? So how about a free problem set to whoever gets this first? So you can show Mrs. Waite when you're done to see if you get the right answer, and she'll just remember what you put. And then if you get the same thing as what I get, then you'll get a free problem set. And if you just get it right and you're not the first one, I'll give you Flack attacks. Here we go. 4x plus 5 plus 3x minus x equals negative 7x minus 8. All right, see if you can solve for x. Anybody have it yet?
What do you got, Henry? Ooh, that's close. That's on one side. So you put that over there, which is right. Well, actually, it would be if you put a positive. It would be positive. Keep going. You're close. You're close. Have it, Austin? No.
Hey, you're quarantined.
I am. So are you. So we're trying this
Yeah.
example. You missed the first part, so make sure you watch the video. But
Okay.
yeah, so this is what happens when you have variables on both sides and you have to do a little cleanup. So we're going to do this problem together. I'll walk through it a little bit slower. But if you still need help, you can watch the first part of the video, okay?
Okay. I didn't get Chick-fil-A today either.
All right.
That's rough.
I should get some though.
I got Chick-fil-A yesterday.
Chick-fil-A is my thing.
All right. I'm sorry. I should have called.
None of you can have Chick-fil-A. Only me.
All right, guys. I'm going to go in. Does anybody have an answer?
No.
That's okay if you don't. We'll try another one after this. Okay. So first step. Let's clean up this left side so we have some x's that can be combined into one x term. Everything's good over here. There's no other x's. So let's just combine this. We have 4x's plus 3x's minus an x. So that's 6x plus 5 equals, and there's nothing to combine over here. The right side is already simplified. Okay, now this is where it's important to, it's not really important, but it just makes it easier to get rid of the smaller variable term. Now, when I ask what's the smaller variable term, most people say the 6x. But remember, this is a negative 7x. Any negative number is always going to be smaller than any positive number. So I'm going to get rid of the negative 7x. So how do you get rid of negative 7x? You add 7x. So that gets rid of there. And then we have 13x plus 5 equals negative 8. Now we're back to where we were on Tuesday. Get rid of the 5. It's being added, so subtract it. 13x equals negative 13. So x equals negative 1. After you divide by variable's coefficient, it's dividing a negative 13 by a positive 13 gives you negative 1. Okay. Now, if we would have gotten rid of the 6x, let me show you what happens. Nothing too complicated, but if you can avoid negative numbers as much as possible, that's better. So let me show you what happens if I would have gotten rid of the 6x. Then I would have gotten a 5 over here, and then negative 6x minus 6 more x's is negative 13x minus 8. All right, now we're back to here, so add 8 to both sides. And then I would have gotten 13 equals negative 13x. And that's fine. Now you just divide by negative 13. And you still get x equals negative 1. So it just makes it a little bit more complicated when you divide by a negative number. But it's not the end of the world if you get rid of the 6x instead of the negative 7x. Okay, we're going to have one more try for a free problem set. So let's try one more problem. 12x minus 7 plus 8x minus 3x equals negative 5x plus 15. So you're going to end up with the fraction on this one.
I didn't end up with a fraction, Mr. Flack.
You didn't?
No,
I wonder if I. Oh, yeah, yeah.
right?
For some reason, I thought I had a negative on the other side. So, yep,
Mhm.
I could get a nice number. Who's got it?
Nope, Austin, let's see. Not quite. You did get a fraction. Let me see, did you do your work on the page?
One step at a time, guys. It's hard to do this all in one, but if you just follow the steps one by one, combine like terms, clean up each side first, and then eliminate the smaller variable term. And then you can start eliminating the constant and the coefficient after that.
I don't understand what's happening here.
We're solving this equation. Do you see the equation?
Yeah, but I don't know what this equation is.
So we have to get x by itself, remember? But see all these x's? Like, how do you know which one to get by itself? Well, the first step is to combine like terms. So see how we can write this a little easier. So we have 12x plus 8x minus 3x. What's a better way to say that? So get there first. Clean up that left side. The right side's fine. You just have a variable term and a constant term. You can't combine those together. So let's leave that alone.
It's 24x, right?
No, because look, you've got 12x plus 8x. You don't combine this together. 12x plus 8x minus 3x.
Oh. Okay.
Austin got the right answer.
All right, Austin, good job. All right, let's do it.
Son of a...
So you got 12x plus 8x minus 3x. So that's 20x minus 3x is 17x minus 7. So that 7 is a loner. So we just leave that alone. Okay, now the left side is completely simplified as much as we can. The right side is simplified as much as we can. Now we do lesson 95 is get rid of the smaller variable term. Which one's smaller, 17x or negative 5x? Negative 5x. So to get rid of a term, you're either going to add or subtract it. You think adding negative 5x or subtracting negative 5x will get rid of negative 5x? Add it. So we're going to add 5x. Whatever you do to this side, do to the other. I'm going to write it right under here because I know I'm going to add it to the 17x. All right. And so that ends up being a 22x minus 7 equals 15. All right. Now this is where we were on Tuesday. This is a two-step equation now. We have two things to get rid of, the minus 7 and the 22 times. So what's easier to get rid of first?
7.
So to get rid of minus 7, you add it. So 22x is left on the left side, and then 22. All right, this will work. How do you get rid of 22? You divide it. Boom. And then you get x equals 1. You can pop it back in there, check it, make sure it works, but it does. So good job, guys. So practice these in your homework. You'll have plenty of problems to do in your homework that will give you practice with this, but yeah, any questions? You guys good?
Is the food busted?
What's that?
Is the what?
Is the food busted?
Is the food, I don't know, it's some inside joke or something.
Yeah.
Is the food bussin', is what he said.
Okay, that's awesome. All right, okay, that's it, guys.
Flack!